The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debates you choose. Shout outs to Canelo-Rocky for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
Yeah, good evening, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Patscorpio, the New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hey, what it do, y'all? The GOAT artist Shutterworth in the building. The Soul Wars creator. Ring Gang Radio.
Ring Gang Radio. That's what it is. You know what it is, though. So yeah, man. So yeah, we got plenty to talk about. First things first. We're gonna talk about the Canelo fielding card and its aftermath. But before we get into the main event, I guess let's drop a little thoughts. I mean, some thoughts on its undercard per se. LB, do you have any thoughts on its undercard?
Not really. Like, it was a chore to watch. The Farmer fight was cool, and I guess the Ryan Garcia fight was cool, but nothing really stood out about the whole card or anything. It just kind of felt like it just dragged on. The Herrera fight in Saddam Ali was just atrocious.
that fight. Atrocious is the word, and that fight. I mean, I thought it would be a lot
better.
Yeah, I actually thought it would be better, but but a couple things with that fight is, I mean, Saddam Ali is still shell shocked. Was still shell shocked in that fight, and Herrera was definitely not in his best conditioning or whatever. I mean, he basically looked like an aging fighter. I mean, he looked his 38 years, But one thing with Mauricio Herrera, though, like I said, it's very, very, very hard to look good against him in a fight. I think probably the only one who probably really did was not for Frankie Gomez. He blanked him, but it wasn't really a spectacular. It wasn't really spectacular. I mean, of course, that's a name that, right now, who knows where the fuck he is right now. Nigga can't even make weight. Niggas just out there eating candy right now, as far as I know. But I think Kareem Mayfield's probably the only one I've actually seen that actually beat Herrera up. Maybe Mike Alvarado, but definitely Kareem Mayfield. I think it's the only one that actually, I honestly really whooped Herrera. But other than that, he's a difficult guy to look. He's a difficult guy to, like. You may beat him, but you won't look good doing it. And that was Saddam Ali. And even then, he didn't look good at all. I mean, he looked very tentative, and it was just ugly. And Herrera made it ugly. So it was definitely a chore to watch. And unfortunately, like I said, Herrera is not a man with a lot of power, and Ali's Ali.
I can't put it all on Herrera because we knew he looked out of shape from the get-go. And Ali, I mean, he was just too tentative. He was shocked that he was in with a guy. He was in with the perfect fighter for him to really shake his rust and get it going. And he never got it going. Like, it wasn't until like the 5th round he found the proper distance to land punches. Like, shit was just horrible to watch. Like, he was fighting like he was scared to get hurt. Like, it was almost as bad as that Jay Leon fight, the Jay Leon Love fight with Peter Quillen.
Yeah. That fight was atrocious.
Almost that level bad. Not that bad, but almost. So I'm like, I'm good. I'll
and the
niggas pounds.
It was a god awful fight. And I agree with you with the Farmer and Fonseca fight. I enjoyed that fight a lot. That was probably the best fight. That was probably the fight of the night on that card. Farmer and Fonseca, it was a war. I won't say it was a close fight, but it was almost like a mini war. It was dope. I liked it. Ryan Garcia facing Braulio Rodriguez. That fight was entertaining to watch because it was just there was a lot of fuckery involved in there. Ring Gang Radio, we're all about the fuckery. So it was entertaining. Lamont Roach, he's a good fighter, but it was just one of those fights where he's like Willie Monroe. He stays in the first gear. He doesn't really kick it into second gear to actually try to get rid of somebody. And then actually, also I did enjoy the Ulysses Jr. fight with Ferreira. I mean, that fight was I thought that fight set it off lovely. I mean, that was because it was a steady ass whooping too, but he also too, like he'd take his feet, he'd put his feet on the gas and he'd take his feet off when he probably could have gotten rid of dude. So the prospects themselves, they were okay to watch. Like I said, the Ali Herrera fight was horrible. Kay Taylor versus Wallstrom was it was there, and it was there. Wallstrom was
like the whole card was just there. I mean,
right.
What's good? Like y'all supposed to be taking over the zone, and it just I don't see it right now with that card. And y'all got Superstar Canelo, y'all got Madison Square Garden. Like, I mean, and we didn't even get to the main event yet. Shit.
No, shit. And we'll get to this main event right now. Yes, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus the WBA quote-unquote regular super middleweight champion Rocky Fielding. Now, in a previous podcast, LB and I have expressed our disgust for this actual fight, considering the level of fighter that Rocky Fielding is. Now, with that being said, you would think though that a man with his physical dimensions would at least use them in the ring against Canelo Alvarez. I mean, he had the height, the weight, and I think he had the reach and everything. He had everything. He had all the physical dimensions that with a solid game plan could have really upset the apple cart. But
shake it up a little.
Exactly. Instead, it was his insides that got shook over and over again. Because literally, he gave up all his advantages to actually try to fight on the inside. Not even straight punches. It was just slow uppercuts on the inside.
Uppercuts and semi-hooks and smashes. And to his credit, though, he still kind of fucked up Canelo's face. He low-key put hands on Canelo in those couple rounds and bruised up his face. So it's like, damn, imagine if this would have been Lemieux going balls to the wall.
Right, exactly. And of course with Lemieux, that's another thing we need to talk about too. Yes, David Lemieux was supposed to be on the card himself against Terrell Johnson. A fight that probably would have been a perfect appetizer for, that's right before the main event. But unfortunately, David Lemieux, who we've mentioned before, probably needs to move up a division to 168. But sent on for another middleweight fight, was hospitalized for dehydration, trying to make weight. And he's in the past, he's had instances where he's blown weight, or simply because he's misjudged his cut or whatever. So unfortunately, because of that, he was taken off the card. So we're hoping everything's okay with him now. But I would say that if Lemieux wants any notable fight, it's going to be at 168 because it's clear his body, because he's either undisciplined or he needs a nutritionist to make 160, and he's clearly doing it in a way that's not healthy for him. So that was also a big disappointment in terms of that fight being canceled from the undercard.
But bigger disappointment was why not Lemieux wasn't in the main event against Canelo.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. Yeah, exactly.
That's the biggest mistake right there, because it seems like Lemieux was just buzzing right now, you know, on that comeback trail from the Saunders disaster, and he's been getting his knockouts and doing this thing, and it's like, okay, like, get this nigga a bone already, like, you know, give him another shot. You know, we all know Canelo gonna be the favorite anyway, but at least he's in there with a dangerous cat who could push his wig back, and everybody would have been fine with this fight. Like, if you would have hated this fight, you would have been a hater. Like,
right, exactly.
As easy as that sounds to say.
Yeah, and I definitely wanted that fight because, I mean, yeah, but I'm guessing too, Oscar know that, you know, after going 12 hard rounds with the triple Gawd, you know, does he really want another murderous puncher in? Because as you mentioned before, fielding the punches he did land, you know, he did bruise Canelo's face. And another thing that I also noticed too, that Canelo's wearing that knee brace again. You know, I'm thinking to myself, you know, because you know that whole bullshit that the knee brace was for something cosmetic, remove like some sort of a mole or some wild bullshit. But
sister, some shit like.
Yeah, but here he was. He's wearing that damn knee brace again. So I mean, it's going to be very interesting going forward. I mean, one would say that maybe Canelo's body's starting to break down a little bit.
I mean, who knows? Because all I look at is this: you're not gonna wear a knee brace unless you need to wear a knee brace. That's exactly just what it is, man. And if somebody really was to push fire at Canelo and really attack him and keep that activity going, hey man, who knows what could happen? But if we're not getting the type of fights for that to happen, it's like whatever. It's like the Canelo sweepstakes, but it's like it's so odd and even. It's like, you know, the fights you want to see happen, they're not gonna end up happening. And middleweight is stacked right now.
Exactly. Exactly. And also too, it's also very easy for them to actually make the type of fights available for him at middleweight. So yeah, it's just like Canelo has an 11-fight contract, 1 fight already in the bank. He has 10 more. Oscar is going to have to think really carefully because as much as like the zone is paying him because is getting Canelo because of of what Canelo's status is in the sport. You know, it was a big W for the zone to land Canelo. However, you know, in order for the zone to profit from this, to benefit from this, they have to also step in. They can't let Oscar like fully just say, okay, yeah, we're going to go find another obscure super middleweight in there that's not highly regarded in his division.
Exactly. You always gotta have checks and balances because if you let these niggas do what they want, you'll get these type of fights all the time. It's bad enough Cats is only fighting twice a year. You know?
Right.
If
exactly.
That's the case, you can't be fighting somebody that's not at least top 5, top 10 every time out. If dudes are fighting 3 and 4 times a year, I wouldn't mind if a nigga fought a career mode fight, the jobber fight, you know, and you giving them a little payday. You know, that's what the sport is about. Like, I mean, but we don't try to sell us no bullshit. Like, don't sell this whole novelty act with, Canelo coming to Madison Square Garden. Oh, he's moving up in weight. Oh, he's fighting Rocky Fielding. Like, okay, like, big deal. Like,
yeah,
if
exactly.
you was fighting Callum Smith, okay. People would have, look, this is the thing. People underestimate how well hardcore fans can help sell fights.
Right.
Because every hardcore fan is usually the boxing guy in their circle of friends.
Exactly.
That is usually when a fight is big or it's a big name fighting, what happens is every friend asks the boxing guy, yo, you heard about the Canelo fight? Yo, who's Klitschko fighting? And the hardcore fan, you know, they want to keep it real. They're gonna be like, man, I don't know. He fighting Lemieux, man. He fighting a knockout puncher. And it's like, okay, like, and now you see all the advertisements, you see all these Lemieux knockouts and shit, and you're like, okay, so he's fighting Canelo, okay. Like, and that's how the casual fan is thinking, like, damn, okay, this guy look like he got a chance, you know. Even my boxing friend, you know, is excited about the fight. Like, that's how they gotta look at this shit. Like, no one's gonna fucking go through all their trouble, you know, to fucking sign up for the zone to see fucking Canelo versus Rocky fucking Fielding.
Yeah. You know,
no matter how hard you promote the fight.
Yeah, because I mean,
that's what it is. People are trying to say, oh, well, you know, they need to promote harder in the U.S. No, just make fucking better fights.
Exactly. I mean, it goes. There's different things you have to do, you know. And I mean, this is not a situation like the World Boxing Super Series where there are actually good fights. They're just not getting promoted properly in the U.S.
Right.
This was just a shitty fight. Disguised
promoted too much, actually.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, you know, and it's like, you know, and one thing that kept on bothering me is like, yes, you know, Rocky Fielding is a quote unquote regular champion. He's not anything special. He's never going to be anything special. And I think it's just the whole thing. Oh, he's a champion in 3 weight divisions. You know, it's just like. Yeah, no, and the showcase. Yeah, like the showcase doesn't. And what Canelo did was pretty much he tenderized the dude's ribs or whatever, and it wasn't like I learned anything that are you gonna handle a top middleweight or a top super middle like that? No,
it's bag work.
Yeah,
that's all it was. Like, I'm gonna just save you the trouble. If you haven't seen this fight, folks, it's just bag work. You could go to YouTube and type in Canelo hitting heavy bag, and you won't fucking miss anything. Right.
And then, of course, with Rocky Fielding now, I mean, it's even more disappointing. He gets a once in a lifetime shot like this, and he just pretty much his performance is poor. Now, I know that people are making excuses for Rocky Fielding and his performance. Nah, bruh. Your performance was trash. Like, you know, you didn't come in here.
Smiling after you getting knocked out. You get hit with a body shot and you fucking smiling like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah, no, it's a fucking fight. And I personally, I think it was just, it's awful, whatever, how much that the zone or Golden Boy was giving him. But it was just like, it was completely, he jobbed his bullshit belt and got knocked down in every fucking round. Didn't use his height, didn't use his jab, didn't do anything. Anything
no rough tactics, nothing.
Yeah, nothing. But didn't give him a chance to win.
Fucking Uber driver down, put up a better fight. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so of course now, I mean it's gonna be obviously, I don't think a shot for him in the US is gonna come again, because it's like, who the fuck's gonna want to watch him after that bullshit? Yeah. No one.
And that's what I'm saying, like. And people need to understand, just because you go up, you know, in another weight division, you fight someone bigger. Bigger don't always mean fucking better. Because this guy wasn't even Liam Beefy Smith level.
Yeah, no, he was.
That was a bad fight.
Yeah, yeah. The guy is just, like I said. Hardcores barely know who he was, and like I said, I happened to actually watch a fight prior to this one, so that's why I already knew that this shit was absolute trash. You know, with the doubts. And unfortunately, that's what it was. The fight was a straight F, you know, straight failure. You know what I'm saying? So
it ruined a potential card, man, because now you really wish, you know, everything would have. You really wish Lemieux would have got the fight, because look at it. If he probably would have made 168, no problem. Wouldn't have to drain himself. So it's like, now we don't know how he's going to recover and bounce back for his next fight. Canelo, I know they're trying to angle for the Jacobs fight. I see the angle they're going with, but the Jacobs fight is cool. If that's the fight that happens next.
Right. Yeah, no, that's like the big thing. Either that or the ineffable Canelo Triple G 3, which I don't have a problem with. You know, but fuck it.
I want to see someone else new in the mix, though. It's just like, I don't want to see just a round robin of Jacobs, Golovkin, and Canelo. Like, you know, Andrade's there. You know, Lemieux always waiting there. Like, you got Charlo. Come on, like.
Yeah.
Spice up this division some. The year already been good so far for middleweight. You know, as far as the right fights being made.
Right.
You know, I just hope it continues on that path next year.
Yeah, and like no drop off in 2019 whatsoever will be allowed. Oh man. So yeah, I mean that fight. I mean, I know that I read in the news that the Zone was like #1 in terms of app downloads for the Android store, Google Play. I think. Yeah, that's what it's called, Google Play. So I mean, that's also a victory for the Zone. But yeah, like that's what the Zone, in order for it to sustain itself long distance, has to learn from PBC's mistake and make good fights, really good fights. You know, and you know, not to put any old bullshit out there.
For real.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I mean, I obviously, I mean, my DAZN subscription obviously is, you know, right now it's because of World Boxing Super Series. So as long as that's going, I have that. You know, I still keep my my subscription. So DAZN, you're lucky that I actually like the app and everything that you provide on there. But yeah, like I said, I mean, that was pretty much the fight card for that. Yeah, and then there was also another notable fight on there. Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez defending his WBO super middleweight title against Jesse Hart in a rematch from their first fight from a couple of years ago, which was pretty damn good, by the way. It was awesome. LB, your thoughts?
I thought this fight was good as well. Maybe even better than the first one.
I thought the first one had more sustained action. This one was closer.
I think it had the bigger punches though.
Yeah.
Like Cats was getting rocked in this shit, man. Like I thought we was gonna see a knockout at one point, but I feel like Jesse Hart gonna watch this fight and he's gonna be mad at himself because.
Yeah, I'd be mad at him too. I mean, he gave away the last round. Like
not just that round, he gave away different rounds throughout the fight where he wouldn't just fucking the moment to be right there for him to seize it, and he wouldn't just press it. Like he would just march forward and kind of clinch and hang in there and, you know, nullify. Like, move your hands, yo. You're not mauling somebody if your hands ain't moving.
Right.
And that's what he did, and he gave away, like you said, he gave away the final fucking round.
And had the nerve to get hurt in that round too. I was just like,
exactly. I know he was looking at it like, damn, I did enough to win, but bruh, I'm sorry you didn't, man. And y'all know I'm the first nigga to scream out robbery when there's a robbery, but
right, yeah.
I almost feel like it's the Cotto Colati fight where, you know, you got some people out there that thought Colati should have won, but then you got people out there, it's like, damn, it was close, but Canelo took them championship rounds with the boxing, and you almost feel like Colati just kind of gave it away at the end, and he had to come from the knockdown too. So
yeah, exactly.
It's more like Cotto did bad. Although Colati had his moments, it's more like Cotto did bad, and Colati gave it away more so than he wanted and was robbed. So that's how I kind of feel with this fight. Like Hart kind of gave it away at moments, and like he could have turned the tide a bunch of times. I'm like, damn it, nigga. Like,
yeah, exactly. And the scores, I mean, it was two of them were 115, 113, and I think one of them was an actual draw, which probably much means he could have won this fight on the cards going into the fourth round. He could have won this one. And that's why I was screwing with him. I was like, no, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, he was just catching work. I was like, dumb motherfucker. Dumb. D-U-M-B. Fucking dumb. So, I mean, Jesse has now lost twice. I mean, so what does he do? Cause I know Zurdo, for whatever reason, is talking about he wants to go up to 175, and I don't think that's a good idea either. You know, because 175... Well, some niggas there will just bash him up straight up.
I mean, who we fought at 168? Like, what the fuck you leave him for?
Yeah, no, because he's saying that there was no other competition. I'm like, nigga, you have lots of competition at 168. You know, you just haven't actually gone and actually tried to attempt one unification fight with another champion.
Man, he could go for Groves. Fucking even Eubanks would be decent. Like, come on, somebody.
Right. Yeah, I don't know where you get the bullshit. Like, oh no, there's no other punch for me. That's why I'm moving up. 175, niggas will put their foot in your ass if you're not careful. So, yeah, and with Jesse Hart, I just don't know where he goes. I mean, twice that he actually failed to pull the trigger to actually get this, so obviously he's gonna have to go back to the drawing board, or you know they're gonna put him on some sort of showcase that quote unquote that word to try to pull him back up again.
Now, if it ain't Ramirez for a title,
right?
I think Callum Smith knocks him out.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, you're not gonna get any disagreement from me on that. So, yeah, that fight was just highly disappointing. It was a good fight, but the result was highly disappointing because of the fuckery of that. So yeah, you know, Zurdo still a champion. Jesse Hart, you know, may just be like his father, you know, no championships. It's fucked up to say, but it's the truth.